Hello, Haiku back for some more historic Pauper midweek magic playing gameplay. Playing through some Breathless Knight. For some reason, I just never registered that Unearthing also triggers the Breathless Knight. So I was like trying to play Breathless Knight with all these like weird cards that return from the graveyard, like with Disturb and stuff, when I could just literally be playing with much stronger cards. I'm excited to try this out. So I wanted some ways to dump the Mutt and the Gargantua into the yard, as well as Madness out the Kitchen Imp to beat down. You have Raffine's Informant, Vampire's Kiss, and the Mutt itself. It's nice because you're basically a black-white deck splashing this tiny bit of red on the unearthed cost of the Mutt, but the front end is colorless, so it's funny because the way that MTG Arena shows you cards, this is categorized as a red card, so you don't see it in the colorless section. So I don't know about that filtering process, but anyway, so I'm just splashing it with Thriving Moor. But otherwise, it's just a pretty simple kind of good stuff black-white deck. Let's see how it does. Nice thing about Breathless Knight and just white in general is a lot of the good cards just incidentally gain you life anyways, so it's really, really strong against burn. Let's see, for control decks, the Unearth really helps. So Unearth the actual card and then Unearth the cards with the ability Unearth also play well against control decks. Hopefully I can show off that it can hang with aggro and it can put pressure on control. I think where it falls short is other mid-range decks because it's more like it's just a higher end aggro deck, and mid-range decks obviously just go slightly over the top of this, so it can't quite race a mid-range deck, but it also can't. Let's see. I think I want to turn to the Raffine. Ooh-hoo-hoo. This is awesome. So I'm going to be able to unearth the Breathless Knight, most likely, is what I'm going to do. Could also just discard this and hope to draw into the Breathless Knight. Against a white deck, though. White deck. You know what? I'll actually get rid of this here. I mean, it's just one land in play, so it's hard to tell what kind of deck I'm facing. But a large creature is not so scary for a white deck to get rid of. They play a lot of pacifism. Candle Trap is a pretty good card, so I don't think I'm going all in. And what the heck is this card? I've never seen it. Okay, so it's a Infect deck. 3 more creatures. Oh, that's a pretty good card. All right. Can attack into that. It's unfortunate that I didn't draw anything. So do I want to use my mana efficiently and just feed the swarm that? No. I think I just get my pressure in play and use my mana slightly inefficiently. I think I should save this as well as a removal spell. He's very likely to have aura-based removal, and then so I can kill the creature and then unearth it later on. Although this card is pretty miserable against Crawling Chorus. Man, regretting. Okay. I think I have to cycle the Unearth. I want to hit a land drop pretty badly here. It stinks to dump an Unearth when I had the option of playing it or using it to bring back my Breathless Knight. Okay, so I'm going to stay back and block. He does have the enchantment, most likely. the flash enchantment, but since I'm not corrupted, I want to block and get it out right now. Okay. Okay. So I think I just play out my Breathless Knight. And then next turn I can First-Sphere and attack with both him and the Breathless Knight and put a lot of pressure on the opponent. A 3/3 lifelinker, pretty big. I guess if I draw another untapped land, then I have the option of playing this Breathless Knight and then feed the Swarming. Unfortunately, don't have that option still. Okay, just set up for a pretty good turn next turn. If he attacks with this, I think I'll just let that through. A 3/3 without Toxic is fine. More care about his might tokens. What is this? Alright. Let's sacrifice one of the mites. Or, I mean, sacrifice one of the Breathless Knights. Okay. Let's see what the trick was. Maybe I didn't block with enough to incentivize the trick that he had. Or maybe he just didn't have anything. I guess next turn I can... If I draw an untapped land here, I'll play the Benalish Sleeper post-combat. Oh, that's almost good enough. I'm still not corrupted yet. Okay. Okay. Card for a card. Seems fine. Do I want to feed this worm anything? I mean, I could kill the glider. Let's get the red. I think I just play safe and kill the glider. Alright, opponent, do your worst. Very interesting that he's attacking with this 3/3 without Toxic. Alright, I think that's lethal then. Dump the First-Sphere into the yard. And then I unearth it. And attack in for loads of damage. It's got to have a removal spell for the Gargantua to live. It's not a removal spell on the Gargantua. So he could have lived. It would have been in tough shape, but could have lived. All right, taking down a toxic deck pretty easily. Thank you for all the new subscribers. And really, I mean, I do this because I like to play Pauper, and I like to talk through my plays. I feel like it improves me. Plus, it's fun. But it always is nice when the channel is growing and people show appreciation. So thank you guys for watching and subscribing. No one's commented yet if they had any deck requests. So I assume the rotation of random decks that I'm just choosing is good enough. Okay. Multi 5, a red white, or a red blue deck. I don't know why I said white. I think that's because I was looking at my hand. All right. So I have the same option this game. Let's see if he plays something that I'm scared of. That's pretty scary. I think I'm gonna get rid of that. Let's use the Echoing Decay on it. I think it's fine to stall my development for one turn to answer a very scary card. All right, let's draw some land, please. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the Breathless Knight into the yard, I think. All right, hitting my land drop is very, very nice. Now the opponent, with only 3 cards in hand, has to really think if he wants to be mana efficient, use a removal spell right now, or if he potentially is going to be very, very cold to the Breathless Knight. I would love for him to remove the Informant, because then I could bring back Breathless Knight, and then I can bring back an Informant. Yeah, GG's. All right, 2 kind of non-games so far. One of the nice things about the tournaments that we host, or that the admins host in the 2 discords that play MTGA Pauper, is that everyone is really like trying to win, and it's makes for some interesting matchups where people like try to crawl back from a kind of a difficult position. All right, got my red land. It'd be funny when the opponent sees the plains. Ooh, okay, so, all right, so he's white-red. Let's see. It's definitely going to be Raffine's Informant. I'm just thinking, do I throw the Inspiring Overseer into the yard? Or just throw the Breathless Knight into the yard? Last game I was more cautious, so this game I'm going to be a little bit more aggro. He can have Spell Pierce up, which is a little bit of concern. Okay, so let's go ahead and attack in. All right. So Raffine's Informant. Oh, I was so focused on getting the value out of the mutt that I didn't even consider madnessing out the Kitchen Imp. So I want to discard this turn. Unearth you. Unearth the spell, not the ability. Okay. So, yeah. I think I walked into Spell Pierce unnecessarily. I think I should just unearth. Alright. Need a little bit tighter plays. I wonder what the Limbus is doing in his deck. Okay. What is this? +2/+0. That's fine. My Breathless Knight is going to be bigger. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this into Kitchen Imp. Kitchen Imp. I think I just attack with all. I'm out of gas in... I guess opponent felt the same way. So anyway, it goes back to what I was saying about tournament play, getting people to play out games more. Gosh, I hate these double things. All right, they've been pretty miserable matches, so I'm just going to play another one, even though it's been a bit of time. So I think one thing that Wizards can do to incentivize people to play out matches a little bit more. So that has to get white. What I can do is I can start with Bojuka Bogging and then decide if I can use this for red or if I have to get it on white. It stinks because I actually drew one of the 4 mutts, so it is a little bit relevant this game if I get red. It's unlike I only have 4 in the deck, so if I waste this one, or if I don't use this one for red, I'm unlikely to be able to ever use the Unearth ability. Okay. And just flooded on black lands. Yeah. So next turn, I'm going to Scrapwork Mutt, throw the Gargantua into the yard. Ooh, I like playing this and then Gargantua into the yard. The next turn. I guess I could have flipped that pretty much any time. Okay, gain life or 3/3? 3/3. I really like this card. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and get white. Mutt. Gargantua. I should have waited and see what I drew first. So a little bit of a misplay there. Because if I drew into a white land, I would have felt really stupid by playing this before I drew my card. Alright. I think next turn I'm Raffine's Informant into Kitchen Imp. Get some beats going. This card is pretty interesting. Had an epic match if you check it out. I was playing the green-black dungeon deck, and I played another kind of grindy green deck, and it was super interesting and fun, and he was playing with this card. It did some stuff, but not really enough to make me think it's a very good card. I'll let him trade with the Truffle Snout. Okay, and I drew my red mana. I said it wasn't going to happen, but I drew it. I guess it was dangerous to attack into the Truffle Snout because Snakeskin Veil would have put a counter on that and the Fairgrounds Trumpeter. Okay, a 5/5. I have the Feed the Swarm ready to go. Feels good. Let's see. Anything else I can do this turn? I can Sleeper Sack. I don't think there's any point to messing around here. All right. So I think I'm going to come back to this deck. Those were all pretty quick matches, pretty quick concessions from the opponents, but hopefully it gives you a taste. I like it. It's powerful, it's interesting and fun to play. So pick it up, check out the deck list down below, make your own changes. We also, in the Discord that's linked down below, we also have a forum post discussing the deck and various card choices that are open to you. See you for another one.